What's happening, people? An instinct for value. So the idea here is that if you give someone something of value, something they want, and they didn't earn it, they didn't pay the price to earn that thing of value, they will either pay a price somehow, they will find a way to pay a price, or else they will give up that thing of value. A lot of the motivation, the idea from this comes from looking into general basic income, universal basic income. I'm dubious about it, conflicted in many ways. I think people are very perceptive when it comes to knowing what they deserve, what they've earned. It's like a physical sensation in them. So I think, evolution and nature being a very honest thing, we are built to know value and to feel a relationship between... Alright, back, I got interrupted. So there is an inbuilt relationship between effort and reward. And like I said, I think there is an honesty to nature, and there is an honesty to us humans as well. And there are serious consequences to weakness and attempted fraud. So going back to this idea of welfare, like life for those receiving welfare often becomes a fantasy. And I speak from some experience, secondary experience. And primary in many ways. It's kind of like someone addicted to drugs. They build up this narrative of themselves, this story, and their life and their reason for being and their position in the world, because they need to. Your life, what you do, your day-to-day, it needs to have some kind of meaning. There needs to be some kind of value in you and what you do. However, there is a break from reality when things are given to you. Value is given to you without the effort, without deserving it. A break from nature in many ways. And as we all know, you cannot take a break from nature, not for long. You can't take a break from that rule that says you only get out what you put in. And I think it's a dangerous path to go on when dishonesty, kind of breaking that rule of nature, and avoiding confrontation with reality becomes a pattern of behavior. Alright, so there was another interruption. So yeah, it builds up a weak relationship and a dependent relationship that these people will enjoy, and that dependency, I guess in a way it can last for a while, like the dependency of parent and child, but there's consequences for that. There's consequences for the child, especially if it doesn't want to be a child, to remain a child, kind of a perpetual infancy. Then also for the parent as well to remain in perpetuity a parent is a burden that I don't know if it's supposed to last forever. And so that dependency of childhood is continued into what should be adulthood, and that human continues to live that dependent life, living those truths that children are told when they're young, and which do apply to children when they're young, that you're dependent and you're weak, and things that are designed to keep children safe and help them grow, except in this case no one grows. There is kind of a ceiling on that growth. I think it's not real life without pain and struggle and risk, and with some kind of welfare parent, the reality of nature, of risk and death and failure, of weakness and strength. It all gets turned around and warped. And I think that will pose problems, especially long term. In short term, perhaps it could be a good thing. It could be the only thing. All right. Too many interruptions. I will see you next time. Bye bye.